Los Angeles is a city famous for being constantly on the move, known for its wide streets, heavy traffic, and busy people. But both above and beneath the surface, a major shift is underway. The future of travel in LA is no longer just on the freeways or city streets. It's happening on the railways. Today, the expansion of metro transportation is working to bridge the gap between Angelenos and their city, offering a faster, greener, and more efficient way to get around. Whether you're catching the metro for your daily commute or exploring the city for the first time, welcome to Los Angeles. As of today, Metro has 115 rail stations, reaching over 121 miles. And the biggest Metro project making headlines right now is the new D-Line expansion. Formerly known as the Purple Line, this expansion is set to transform how people travel across the city. With this new line, getting around becomes faster and more efficient. Riders can now skip traffic as they travel beneath Wilshire Boulevard. This extension connects downtown Los Angeles to the west side, cutting through areas that used to take some of the longest and most congested car commutes in LA. In some cases, Metro rail travel across the system can be twice as fast as driving during peak traffic hours. After years of planning and construction, community leaders, Metro officials, and Angelenos came together to celebrate what many are calling a major step toward a greener, more sustainable, and better connected Los Angeles. And here's something to put it in perspective. Each fully packed Metro train can remove hundreds of cars from the road, helping reduce congestion and emissions across the city.
Welcome to the grand opening of Section 1 of Metro's D-Line extension. This is such an exciting moment in Los Angeles history.
Proud because at a time when most American cities are talking about transit, Los Angeles is actually building it.
The only heavy rail alignment to open this year anywhere in the United States of America.
Fairfax, folks, Fairfax! Welcome to Fairfax!
We need to change the culture in LA. Get out of your cars. Start using transportation. This is really what it's all about.
It's true that starting today, it will only take 20 minutes to get from downtown to the west side.
And anyone who's ever sat in that traffic knows we have to get people moving around here faster and easier. This is going to improve quality of life, and I couldn't be more excited to celebrate it.
Quickly move through Los Angeles. Several words never spoken in combination like that before.
This project is one of the great connectors of all time. There's always construction challenges. There are neighborhood challenges that make these projects hard. Working with the community groups and the neighborhood groups and the business groups, we put together a broad-based coalition, and that's how projects like this get done.
It's about moving people, moving us in a faster way, in a more reliable way. We should be just jumping for joy that we've taken another big step.
When all is said and done and sections 2 and 3 are completed next year, 78,000 cars come off one of the busiest corridors in the region.
We believe these are more than just subway stations. We connect people to jobs, to school, and to each other.
You can enjoy the museums, the restaurants, the stores, the life in this area with $1.75.
We built an amazing transportation line here, and I'm excited to be part of it.
What a way to kick off Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month.
My parents were immigrants from Taiwan, and coming over here, they kind of vowed to give my older brother and I opportunities that they never had. They always loved sports. My dad loved basketball. My mom loved track and field. Never had the opportunity to do that, and so when we were here, my brother and I really were given the opportunity, chance to pursue sports, which was an absolute passion of mine, and to be able to take it all the way to the Olympic stage, it's just been a dream life. It's truly an honor to receive such a community leadership award. I'm here also with a very accomplished group of athletes, some familiar faces in Xiao and Scout, who also sit on the LA28 Athlete Commission with myself.
It's really important. I think that oftentimes we are a group of people that have been somewhat forgotten in terms of just our contributions and how important it is, but the representation that we exhibit, what that means, and not only for the city, but just for the greater community.
Here in Los Angeles, we have an amazing, incredibly unique opportunity with the upcoming LA28 Paralympic Games, the first Paralympic Games that the city will host. To lead by example.
I was born in Nanjing, China, where as an infant I was involved in a burn and lost my right leg. And shortly after that I was placed in an orphanage where I lived for the next 7 years. And I came to America through adoption. Grew up in a really small town in northern Michigan, but it was what brought me to Los Angeles was I went to college at UCLA, the greatest university on earth, and it was at UCLA that I discovered the Paralympics and started competing in track and field, and started my journey of the Paralympic Games, competing in the 100 and 200 meters.
And now, I have the honor of recognizing this year's cover artist, Jian Li, for the city's official 2026 AANHPI Heritage Month calendar and cultural guide. Based here in the creative landscape of Los Angeles, Jian Li is a distinguished artist and educator. Her artistic journey began as a teenager, discovering her passion for drawing comics to share amongst her peers.
For the painting that we'll unveil today, it's called Salton Sea, and it's inspired by my camping trip with my family to Salton Sea.
Now our next honoree is Yun Xiao Gong, is one of the top Paralympic shooters in the world and a standout competitor for Team USA. He is a World Championship gold medalist, a Pan American Games medalist, and a Paralympic silver medalist, earning that podium finish in Paris in the P3 mixed 25-meter pistol event. Now let's give it up for Yun Xiao Gong.
I thank you for this honor. It's beyond my words for what this community can offer. I carry both places with me in every World Cup and every Paralympics I medal. I promise.
Mr. Chan-ho Park is not simply one of the greatest Korean athletes of his generation. He is a true pioneer whose legacy changed the face of professional sports. Big round of applause for Dodger legend, Chan-ho Park.
When I became the first Korean-born player to reach Major League Baseball, I was the only Asian player at the time. I often joked that I didn't just need a good fastball, I also needed a good translator.
Maloi Lele, it's such a joy and such an honor to be here with you guys. My grandfather was a white man from Oklahoma. My father is a Korean man born in Seoul, South Korea. My grandmother is a Tongan woman from Holongatongatapu in the South Pacific Islands, which is also where I grew up. Meaning that I'm the perfect walking social experiment because I am quite literally Asian American and Pacific Islander.
I moved to LA 5-ish years ago, and when I got here, there weren't many Pacific Islanders around. So just like to be recognized by the city is an amazing thing, but it's not only a recognition that recognizes me, it's also just the people that got me here, my village, and where I come from as well.
Los Angeles Metro is now operating one of the largest rail systems in the country. LA Metro approximates about 1 million boardings per weekday. Riders can already travel from Long Beach to Pasadena, Santa Monica to East LA, and soon directly to LAX using Metro rail connections. Metro continues to expand across Los Angeles, but this time it's not just about transportation, it's also about housing. Across the region, Metro is showing that where you live and how you get around are directly connected. In fact, Metro is one of the few major transit agencies in the country developing affordable housing on its own land near rail stations. By using existing property near transit stops, Metro and the City of Los Angeles are building communities where affordable housing and affordable transportation exist side by side. The goal is simple: reduce long commutes, lower transportation costs, and keep people closer to jobs, schools, and neighborhoods.
Welcome to the grand opening of Santa Monica and Vermont Apartments.
Today is the opening ceremony for the Little Tokyo Service Center's housing project at Vermont and Santa Monica. This is a collaboration between the Metro Transit Agency and a local nonprofit, the Little Tokyo Service Center, to bring 187 units of affordable housing, deeply affordable housing, to residents of East Hollywood. And it's on top of a train station.
Housing and transportation are the most important thing to families, to communities, the most expensive thing for people. And bringing them closer together helps in so many ways. It helps make housing and transportation more affordable, because here we also have affordable housing units right above high quality, reliable public transit. To many people, I'm sure it's surprising that Metro is part of housing. We are a transit agency, but what we do through our joint development program is we partner with developers and we maximize the use of the land that we own, or in this case, our partners on, to make sure that as many people can live adjacent to transit as possible.
Metro is proving that it is a part of the larger fabric of building out a sustainable community and a wonderful community that people can realize their dreams and visions. In here in East Hollywood, in the city of Los Angeles, where people talk about affordability, this is a model of affordability.
It's a very important model for Southern California. We want to get people out of their cars. We have all this land around the transit stations. Metro owns a lot of land. Partners next to it own a lot of land, and it's an opportunity to put people in housing. There are multiple bus lines up and down Vermont and on Santa Monica, and also the train station, and that'll get you to most of the city.
It's a celebration of 187 new homes of affordable and permanent supportive housing that we're actually adding to the Los Angeles affordable housing stock, and we're really excited about that. Our partnership with Metro, the City of LA, the county, the state, federal level is really critical to making this happen.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you for helping my family and families across the city dream again. Thank you.
Working families get a chance to have a vision or dream. As we heard from the resident who spoke today, they can actually think about the possibility of their kids going to college, saving for that, perhaps even buying a home. So they can look at this as a station in life, as many of us do, with a future.
You know, we do see this as a victory, and it's important to celebrate these moments. It brings me a lot of joy to see this happen.
What better place to celebrate Cinco de Mayo than the birthplace of our city, El Pueblo de Los Angeles Historic Monument.
I'm born and raised Los Angeles, so this is my territory, this is my home. But I wanted to bring the seniors from Inland Empire here for Cinco de Mayo and see all the festivities and what we do in Los Angeles.
Mi nombre es María Luisa Cárcamo, más conocida como la Catracha Mexicana. Lo obtuve el año pasado en octubre. Hicimos el reinado de 10 chicas y yo gané.
To me, music is good for the soul. So when you dance and you feel the music, you're just enjoying life. No problems, no setbacks, just let it go.
Every Cinco de Mayo, we celebrate La Batalla de Puebla, the Battle of Puebla. In 1862, the Army of Mexico defeated the French army. They celebrated 1863, 1 year after the battle, here in this kiosco. That's the importance of the kiosco and El Pueblo. That's why we are so proud of being here, bringing programs, bringing community, bringing tourism. It makes me really happy to belong to this ecosystem of El Pueblo for so many years.
COFEM is an important partner for the city, helping to support Mexican and Mexican-American populations throughout the city, providing events, providing services, providing scholarships for students, providing assistance in times of difficulty. It's a really important partnership.
We have been here working in the office in Los Angeles on Olvera Street for almost 20 years. One of the main programs is integration. We try to help our community to become U.S. citizen. It's really important. To vote is the most important.
Feel the music. Feel the music and come on down. That's all you have to do. Feel the music and come on down.
Los Angeles is a city of immigrants, and it's really important that we recognize all of the many different cultures that make up the wonderful tapestry that is the city of Los Angeles.
Metro is also investing heavily in convenience and rider experience. New stations now feature upgraded lighting, digital arrival boards, larger platforms, elevators, public artwork, and improved accessibility. And across Los Angeles, Metro and other major city agencies are also seeing a growing push to bring more women into technology, engineering, and infrastructure roles, helping shape the future of how the city moves and operates. The Los Angeles Department of Water and Power has been keeping the city running for decades. While it's traditionally been a male-dominated field, the department is actively working to change that culture. Events like the LADWP Women's Expo are helping lead that change, giving young women hands-on exposure to careers in energy and water services and showing them the range of opportunities available in shaping the city's future.
Come work for us. It's all about family here at DWP. Thank you.
Today is the 4th annual Women's Wellness Expo. We're very excited to have members from the community and our own employees out here to our Truesdale Rodeo grounds. This is an excellent opportunity to connect with a lot of the vendors that help us get all the work done at the department, as well as our recruiting and outreach department if you're interested in getting a job here with us at LADWP.
I have a really good resource for you right now.
The LADWP Career and Wellness Expo is very important for the community because it gives an opportunity for women to come see that other women are actually doing these jobs. And I started as an electric station operator. Prior to that, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I was able to, learn this job and be able to do it well. And I want other women to see that and know that they can do that as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah, people ignore the things that are so important to women in the workplace, and LADWP has been a real leader in what happens with women's work, with women's health, and progression for women into higher levels.
I was able to come into this with a minimum qualification.
I think that recruitment and outreach is a very important part of any human resources department. We've got to let people know what's available.
I'm a freshman right now. I will apply my sophomore year to the LADWP internship, and I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited to learn industrial and how Los Angeles works its water. And I hope it opens new opportunities for me and my career in the future.
We have many opportunities, many programs where we'll hire you directly in with very little experience. We'll give you all the tools and skills that you need to be able to graduate and perform one of our very well-paid jobs in the Los Angeles area.
Get it. The amount of change that I've seen, the amount of women that has increased, we've built a community of women. It is so great to have these types of events because then I get to see all of the women that I've met throughout my career and we bond. And so then we start building, and how are we going to add more women? How are we going to make it more available to everybody to come see these events and be a part of it?
Today, the Los Angeles City Council voted to address racial profiling by banning pretextual traffic stops by the LAPD.
I hope that what this will accomplish is that in the city of Los Angeles, people who are black or people who are brown can drive with as much safety and as much freedom as people who are white. That's not the city we live in now.
When you see red and blue lights, your heart skips a beat. My father is in leadership for the Los Angeles Police Department. He's in uniform still. I've been stopped over 40 times. I've had to call my dad and let him know I'm getting pulled over again, and you can hear it in his voice. Son, I don't want this for you, but I don't know what I can do.
You want to feel safe, which means you need police working on things that actually make us safe, and to stop using their things on times that don't make us safe. Traffic stops are an example of something that don't make us safer.
The LA Times broke a story about LAPD's Metro Division and how they were stopping or pulling over black drivers at a rate more than 5 times their share of the city's population. That sounds like racial profiling to me.
Yeah. First of all, what has to happen is the police commission needs to now approve this. And it would really narrow the scope of when a police officer can make a traffic stop. There's no reason in the world somebody with the power to use deadly force needs to be enforcing a broken tail light. Somebody who has like an air freshener hanging from their mirror, that should not be a reason to pull somebody over.
Next up, police commissioners, and God willing, it's a victory there as well.
You know, I actually think the police commission has to be absolutely clear about the level of injustice that's involved in these police stops. And this is that moment for us to keep pushing to make sure that there's real change and real accountability.
You can never stop fighting when it comes to issues of racial justice. So this is a significant step in the right direction, but we still have a little bit more to go.
We can bend the arc in the favor of everyday people, in the favor of our people, and towards justice. Thank you. Today, we move the needle and we move the battle across the street.
For decades, Los Angeles was built around the automobile. But with billions being invested into rail and public transit, city leaders are betting that the future of transportation in LA could look very different. And LA is a city shaped not only by its transit lines and skylines, but by the stories told on screen. And few filmmakers have captured the spirit of its communities more powerfully than legendary director Charles Burnett. At the Los Angeles Public Library's historic Central Library, the 2026 Origin Award ceremony honored Burnett for his groundbreaking career and lasting impact on film and culture. Presented by the Authors Study Club as part of its century-long Black history tradition, the event celebrated Burnett's legacy of breaking barriers, reclaiming untold stories, and inspiring a new generation of storytellers across Los Angeles.
It was the poet Alexander Pope who once said, "Let those teach others who themselves excel, and censure freely that have written well." Well, today we come to honor such a man who has both written well and taught us a lot by holding up the mirror to ourselves.
We're here today celebrating the Origin Award, and our honoree this year is Charles Burnett, the iconic and legendary filmmaker. He has really established movies that talk about African American and Black life globally and in America, but in particular in Los Angeles. You know, the ups and downs, the beauty of Black families, the tragedies of Black families, Black love. His work is just really incredible.
I'm very happy to get these kinds of celebratory things. You get so much rejection in this business. And so things like this really are sort of counterbalances all those negativity you get from people. It's our job to make these things correct what's wrong with history and who controls our narrative. It's a reason to get into filmmaking, to be honest.
There's so much celebration in these award ceremonies, but there's also the remembrance of how much hard work goes into a lot of these careers. And his career especially just had so much that went into overcoming all sorts of obstacles. And so to have him here and celebrating his legacy of work, I think it's just really inspirational to a lot of the other artists that come to the library and they see this happening and they see all the resources that we provide them to make films and to tell stories here in the city. And that's what the library is all about. Reading stories, sharing stories, and telling stories.
If we don't see ourselves, we can't be ourselves. Representation reinvests the joy and reinvests the ability to find our purpose. Because when you see somebody doing and rising, then it becomes a roadmap to finding your own purpose and finding the thing that will make you different and finding the thing that you can do. Because you can see yourself in those other people and you say, you know, they can do that. What can I do?
This is our project called In My Neighborhood I See, a series of community curated events. We thought it was really important to be able to find ways where we can invite our neighbors and our community to really show us what they see in this neighborhood. And then to have access to the theater and the gallery to be able to show their point of view.
I struggled a lot emotionally with expressing my feelings, expressing how I felt. And through poetry, I learned that it's okay to be vulnerable and show how you feel and say what you feel without having to feel judged or pressured by anybody.
Within the spoken word, it's from young ladies that have been able to just share about the beauty and the challenges from the experience that they've had from growing up within the community. These are stories of resilience and culture and beauty.
As you are here as a visitor, you'll see an explosion of art, an explosion of Chicano art in particular, but not only the things that we see, but also all the senses, what we touch, what we feel, what we smell. That is the objective, is to show this through art. So there's so much to share tonight that will give an insight of exactly what we see in our neighborhood.
I think it's great for the neighborhood. I think it's great for the community. It gives kids an outsource instead of being on the streets. So I think it's really great overall.
Being here today and speaking about what we see in our neighborhood means a lot because I grew up in this community and I feel like a lot of people don't see what Canoga Park has.
We are part of the community. We are an amazing performing arts center, a resource for our neighborhood. It's only right that we share this space with all voices, all experiences, all art forms, to be able to really show the value of the arts here in the neighborhood.
We are really excited to host the Mayor's first Second Chance event. We've invited several resources from the community to come and provide a second chance.
We have individuals conducting interviews on site, hiring on site. We have the DMV providing free identification cards. We have our partner Anti-Recidivism providing free live scan. The Public Defender's Office providing expungement services.
Getting a haircut today, getting a wardrobe for an interview. We've got the whole gamut.
There is a multitude of resources here that will help an individual advance in life, because many a times we are prevented from advancing due to having a criminal record.
I'm formerly incarcerated, so I'm at that mark now where I'm eligible to have them review my step to be expunged, my record. Those type of things are very much needed, and having all these resources under one umbrella is exactly what people need without feeling like they're by themselves. But if they see a group of people here, I think it just makes the transition a lot easier.
These events remove roadblocks for individuals experiencing systemic barriers, which many times put people into a caste system of post-conviction poverty. And these events are geared towards creating economic pathways for opportunity for individuals who have been impacted by the criminal justice system.
I was a juvenile lifer. I was in Ventura Youth Correctional Facility. Did it bring me down? Yes. Did it lower my confidence in myself? Yes. 90% of the time, the damage is up here. But when you allow yourself to give yourself a purpose, when you allow yourself to be open to these different pathways, I never thought about being able to step up and take on new positions in life until I was able to accept help.
People who are here want to get back on track. People who are here want to be in a position to be able to care for their families. The city of Los Angeles has to have their backs.
As someone with deep lived experience myself, I know how important these events are. This will be our 7th Reentry Resource and Wellness Fair, serving Angelenos, mobilizing vendors to provide on-site services that address and meet the immediate needs of justice-impacted Angelenos.
Once you find your purpose, which you will, surrounding yourself with great people, people who've been through it, be open-minded, and just have a community belonging. That's what I would say.
Hey LA, check out these things to do. Movie nights are back at the beach. Join us every Friday at Dockweiler for 2026 Beach Movie Nights. Starting June 5th, enjoy free family-friendly movies under the stars right on the sand. Kicking off the season, Encanto, the magical story of the magical family in Colombia. Bring your blankets and lawn chairs. Seating is first come, first served. Friday nights, 8 p.m., Dockweiler Beach. Visit beaches.lacounty.gov/beach movie nights for the full schedule. Get creative with the Los Angeles Public Library at the Lincoln Heights Branch Library. On Saturday, June 6th, learn to dye fabric using local plants in this fun, hands-on workshop. Discover sustainable art techniques and create something beautiful. Saturday, June 6th at 11 a.m. For details, visit lapl.org/events. Looking for something fun to do with your teens? The Los Angeles Public Library invites teens and tweens to the Chatsworth Branch Library for a Lucha Libre Masks workshop. Youth ages 11 to 18 will explore the history and culture of Lucha Libre Mascaras and get creative. Saturday, June 6th at 11 a.m. Learn more at lapl.org/events. Ready to kick off summer and get moving? The Los Angeles Department of Recreation and Parks is hosting a free summer 5K at MacArthur Park Community Center on Saturday, June 6th. Check-in starts at 8 a.m. with race time at 9:30 a.m. Open to all ages, and all registered participants receive a finisher medal, official t-shirt, and bib. Register free at recreation.parks.lacity.gov. And that's a look at some things to do.
LA continues to be shaped by innovative infrastructure and transportation, empowered by workforce leaders and inspired by artists and visionaries. And here we are reminded that connection is the future of the city. Thanks for watching. Catch these stories and more on Channel 35 or at lacity.gov/TV. And follow at LA City on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. Until next time, tap in, enjoy the ride, and experience everything Los Angeles has to offer.